What is it about the character of Spider-Man that makes this movie so addicting? This hero has gotten rebooted several times in just the past decade and a half, each new iteration bringing something new to the table that fans will deliberate about for every future movie to come. However, what if I told you that the greatest Spider-Man film we would have seen on the big screen would have came probably from the most forgotten of the Spider-Man franchises? Hi, I'm Jay, welcome to Jay's POV, where every POV matters. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video, and go in and tell me what you think down in the comments. So yes, I'm pretty positive that when No Way Home hits theaters, it'll probably take the cake for the best Spider-Man movie. But, however, I'm a strong believer that if The Amazing Spider-Man 3 was greenlit to be made, it would have, without a doubt, been the best Spider-Man movie we have seen up until this point. Now, there are many reasons I feel this way, but I'm not going to talk about which Spider-Man is the best and who's better than who. I'm just talking strictly the character of Spider-Man in his respected franchise and the movie that we would have gotten from them. To paint the picture of where I'm coming from, let me first start by saying that out of the actors that played Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield is the most successful actor. Dude is probably the most talented actor out of all of them. His awards and recognition list far surpasses both of the other Spider-Mans we have come to see so far. An actor of that caliber giving his all to the role is always important no matter what movie or role it is. You just know you have someone who's damn good to be there. Despite the mixed feelings in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it became the most crucial movie to what The Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have panned out to be. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was made to be the movie that not only broke Spider-Man but Peter Parker too. The amount of setup we see in the movie could have been what hurt it all, but all in all, it set up the start of Sinister Six forming, which has not been yet seen in a live-action Spider-Man. Yet, of course. The Sinister Six is one of the most popular set of villains that appear in Spider-Man's story, and seeing it on the big screen would have been such a sight to see and such a box office hit. That's something that not Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland has had to face yet. So, having that in The Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have been the most difficult task out of every Spider-Man movie. Of bringing down Spider-Man's toughest villains automatically makes it a Spider-Man movie that fans would have loved to see and would have charted it above the tops. But that's just talking about the action spectacle of the film. What about the storytelling? See, the storytelling is actually where I think this movie had the potential to be gold, simply because they had the Spider-Man in a mental state that has never been discovered by any other Spider-Man. All of the other Spider-Man has lost their Uncle Ben, but none of them has lost their love of their life. Tobey saved MJ at the end of every single film. Tom is now starting with his MJ, but damn, Andrew lost the girl he was going to spend the rest of his life with. He was going to move overseas and give up being Spider-Man in New York just to be with her. All for his greatest fear to come to life right in front of his eyes. Now, this is one of my favorite scenes in any Spider-Man movie. How hard Peter's trying to fight to save Gwen, and he's giving it everything possible he has, only for the web to still snap. This beautiful slow motion shot is something I get goosebumps watching every time. The way we zoom into his eyes and see him lock onto Gwen, even with all the chaos falling. How the score and the sound design makes us process this in a slow down way the way Peter does. The gorgeous scene of the web shooting out, forming a hand, all that for Peter to be a couple feet too late. He literally watched the love of his life die. He sits there and gives one hell of a performance, mourning her and begging for her not to leave him. It is truly heartbreaking, and Andrew totally acts his heart out and totally crushes the scene. Just like that, he has lost the most important thing in the world to him. But the difference between this and Uncle Ben's death is all Spider-Man's felt responsible for is Uncle Ben's death, because none of them chose to use their powers to help, and if they did, they could have saved Uncle Ben if, for example, Andrew Garfield had stopped him from trying to rob that store. This is the first time that Peter took the responsibility of being the hero of Spider-Man, and yet still lost someone he loved. How do you bounce back from that? How do you recover from losing yet another loved one with all your powers and abilities, and you could not save her? This sets up The Amazing Spider-Man 3 perfectly. Number 2 ends with him finally coming back out of being retired for half a year, mourning Gwen. But number 3 would have seen a Peter Parker so vulnerable and in such an uncharted territory to any other Spider-Man we would have seen. They had already shot scenes with Shailene Woodley as MJ to appear in number 3, which adds a whole new layer on the storytelling for Peter in this movie. We would have gotten a Peter scared out of his mind to connect with another girl again. to open up himself to her and let her in, scared to let himself be in love again and be vulnerable in his feelings because he actually has experienced such a loss like that we as the audience would believe and feel his pain again. We would feel the struggle of not wanting history to repeat itself and not being able to save his loved again. Now that is a Spider-Man we have never seen. That is a Spider-Man that would have made Peter Parker just as interesting out of the suit as he is in the suit, exploring Spider-Man and Peter in a mental state we haven't seen before. Now, if you put all that together, a Spider-Man that has lost the love of his life on his watch, having an eternal struggle about being Spider-Man and whether he can fall for MJ and let himself open up like that again, all while he's battling his toughest battle yet with all of his villains coming together to fight him. It's the movie that would have his greatest physical battle as well as his greatest mental battle all in one movie, and I believe that would have made it the greatest Spider-Man movie we would have seen without a doubt. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like videos like this, be sure you like and subscribe for more content in the future like this. I appreciate you for watching. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this hot topic, and I would love to see your perspective and your view on this. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm Jay, and this is just my point of view.